So as you guys probably know, yesterday they added a new mastery camo in Modern Warfare. And this mastery camo is known as Obsidian, and it's quite the grind to actually get. In today's video, that is what this is about. We are going to talk about Obsidian, the fastest way to get it, and I'm also going to give you my thoughts on this camo as a whole. What it looks like, the ways to get it, and my thoughts on the overall challenges. And as always, I'm curious what you guys think about this. So, for those of you who have been grinding it, going to get it, maybe some of you have decided not to get it, I'm curious what you think. So let me know everything that you think about Obsidian down in the comments. But today, the thing we're going to start with is the fastest way to actually get it. So if you're a grinder, this video is specifically for you. Now, before we actually dive into the video, I just wanted to let you guys know that every day, Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I actually live stream over on Twitch. Today, we're going to be grinding for some Obsidian camos, and I'm actually going to be doing an open lobby. So if you want to play some games of Modern Warfare with me, it is the first link down in the description, and it's actually a perfect time for you to come check out the stream, because drops are actually enabled over on Twitch. So simply by watching the stream, you can actually earn in-game items within Modern Warfare, the items that you're seeing on screen here. So if you want to check out the live stream, it's the first link down in the description, and as soon as this video goes live, I will be streaming over on Twitch, so hopefully I see you there tonight. So as far as Obsidian goes, all last night I was grinding multiplayer to try to get some Obsidian camos. And as far as this goes, over the first night I actually got one weapon Obsidian, and that is the MP5. Now, what are the challenges for actually getting Obsidian? So first of all, for ARs, it's get 15 kills 200 separate times. Now this doesn't mean in 200 separate games, it means 200 times. So for example, in a game, if you get 15 kills, that'll count to 1 point towards your challenge. If you get 30 kills, that'll be 2 points towards your challenge, 45 is 3, so on and so forth. And what this means is you essentially want to be getting as many kills as possible in an individual game. That's really the only secret to it, but there's a couple of twists. Now, first of all, let's look at the rest of the challenges. SMGs is 15 kills 150 times, pistols is 15 kills 100 times, LMGs is 15 kills 150 times, shotguns is 15 kills 150 times, and finally snipers is 15 kills 125 times. So all of those challenges are almost exactly the same. The number of times is the only thing that is different. So the other thing you need to know about Obsidian is you actually don't need Damascus to go for Obsidian. All you need is gold unlocked on that given weapon. So for example, I have gold unlocked for my MP5, so I can then grind for Obsidian on that given weapon. You cannot go for Obsidian whatsoever until gold is unlocked. So your kills won't actually count until you have gold unlocked. So the question from here is, what is the fastest way to get chunks of 15 kills? And as of right now, the playlist that is in the game that's probably the best way to grind it out is Shoot the Ship 24/7, which is a combination of Shoot House and Shipment. And the reason for that is because they're small maps, therefore those are the maps that you're going to get kills on the fastest. Now, the game modes that you actually want are the longer game modes. So you want Hardpoint, you want Domination, and in fact, by the end of grinding for the Obsidian camo on the MP5, all I was playing was Hardpoint and Domination. And what the reason for that is because they're longer game modes, you can get more kills in a given game, and you have to wait in lobbies for a less amount of time. So basically, the key there is you want to be playing a long game mode on a map that is very, very small. Now let's say this is another week, a week where they remove Shoot the Ship, or they don't have Shipment or Rust 24/7. What are you going to do? Now, personally, what I'm going to do here is play Domination. The reason being, this is a longer game mode, the spawns are very predictable and easy to read, and it's the game mode that I get the most possible kills in. Generally, I'm up around 40 to 50 kills a game whenever I play Domination, even if it's on a bigger map, which means I will at least be getting 3 points towards these challenges on every game of Domination that I play. Now, you can't always guarantee that you're going to play on a small map when you play Domination, so lobby surfing is probably your best idea. When you're in that main menu, just keep leaving games if you get in maps like Piccadilly or other big maps. So relatively straightforward, right? Well, not quite, because as of right now, these challenges are actually bugged, but not in a bad way, not in a way that actually makes it more difficult for you to earn them. It's actually in a way that makes it much easier for you to earn them. Let me explain. So the way that this challenge is worded, the only way it should actually work is if you're in a game and you get 15, 30, 45, 60, or so on kills. And every time you get that in one specific game, it should give you 1 point towards that challenge. That is actually not the way it works. As it turns out, the kills actually carry over from game to game. So for example, if in your first game you get 10 kills and then in your second game you get 5 kills, this will actually count towards your points. It carries over game after game after game. So for example, if in one game you get 20 kills and the next game you get 25 kills, that'll count as 45 kills and you will get 3 points towards your challenge. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if that's a bug in the challenge or if that's the way it's going to be permanently. All I know is that is the way it is working right now. So in other words, you want to grind out as many weapons right now as possible before they actually change the way that challenge actually works. So technically, the way that this should actually be worded in the challenges is this. With assault rifles, get 3,000 kills, SMGs, 2,250 kills, pistols, 1,500 kills, LMGs, 2,250 kills, shotguns, 2,250 kills, and finally, snipers with 1,875 kills. That is actually the way that the challenges are currently working for these weapons. So there's really no trick to it. All you have to do is get a lot of kills. And the keys to that are play longer game modes so you're waiting less time in lobbies. The game modes that you get the most kills, which personally for me is domination because I find it easier to read the spawns. And then finally, play on the smallest possible map, which the easiest way to do so right now is play the shoot the ship playlist, which is a combination of shoot house and shipment. And try to get shipment more often than shoot house because you just simply get more kills on shipment because it's that much smaller of a map. I know the spawns are terrible and really annoying to play, but you get a lot more kills, which means you get a lot more kills towards your challenges and you're going to complete these weapons faster. Now there are 2 other challenges as well for launchers and melee weapons. So for launchers, the challenge is to destroy 100 streaks, and for melee weapons, it simply gets 750 kills. So for destroying 100 streaks, I think the best way of doing this is just have a launcher as your secondary weapon when you are using another weapon. So for example, if I'm going for Obsidian on my MP5, my secondary might as well be a launcher, and then whenever someone calls in a kill streak, I simply shoot that down, and then that's 1 point towards those 100 streaks that I have to shoot down for that weapon. That way you're kind of grinding 2 weapons at once, and it's going to make it faster once all of your weapons are complete to then go ahead and get Obsidian on all of your launchers. But for example, let's say you've completed all of your weapons, you're not grinding any of them anymore, you just have launchers left. The best advice I can give you for that is go into ground war. The more people playing in a game, the more kill streaks are going to be called in, and the more opportunity you will have to take them out. Very plain, very simple. As far as melee weapons goes, there's really no trick to this one. My best recommendation is only go for the melee kills when you're on a super small map like Rust or Shipment, and then when you're on those maps, use your knife, use your riot shield, and then just go for those 750 kills and try to grind them out. Now, as I mentioned, I do think that this challenge is bugged for all of the other weapons. It's normally supposed to be simply get 15 kills in set amount of games. Right now it's bugged, so that doesn't totally work. So just get as many kills right now as possible and play on the smallest maps and on your best game mode that's going to last the longest amount of time. So then the next question from here is, how long is this actually going to take to unlock all of these camos on the various weapons? And it's not really an easy answer. For example, for me last night, it took about 12 hours total in not game time, in real time, to get the Obsidian Camo on the MP5. Now, this doesn't account for sitting in lobbies. For an hour, I went and got dinner, so it wasn't a straight 12 hours. In fact, it was probably more like 9 or 10 hours of me actually playing the game. Now, you have to keep an account, first of all, with SMGs, it takes less kills than assault rifles, and on top of that, I was using one of the better SMGs, so I was probably getting more kills with it. So on average, I think for most of the weapons, probably about 10 hours is a pretty good estimate. Now, the good news about that is it makes it very easy to figure out how long it would actually take to unlock all of the camos. So, because we know that the base weapons in this game, there are 39 that were there at the launch of the game. This doesn't account for DLC weapons. 39 times 10 hours per weapon is 390 hours of playtime. Now, if you take that and divide it by 24 to see how many days that is, it's about 16.25 or 16 and a quarter days of playtime, which is an incredibly long grind considering Damascus only took people around 10 days of playtime if you were going directly for that. And keep in mind, that amount of time is with the current broken challenges where it actually stacks game after game. If it wasn't that, it would probably take much longer, more like 12 hours, and this would be more around 20 days of total playtime. Now, to finish off the video, I just wanted to give my opinions on what I think of Obsidian, because it's interesting. First of all, the look of the camo is relatively bland. It just literally makes your weapons completely black. Now, some people like that, and on top of it, it does put a texture on it. So I don't think it's a bad camo by any means, but for a mastery camo, it's a little bit weird that it's literally just black. It doesn't change when you get a certain amount of kills, like we saw with Dark Matter in Black Ops 4. It doesn't do anything like that. It is literally just a black textured camo, which is a little bit boring, but I don't mind it. I kind of like it, to be honest with you. I don't really know why. There's nothing really to like about it, but that's just how I feel. Now, as far as the challenges to actually unlock this camo go, I don't like them. In my opinion, these challenges are just boring. So with Damascus, I think they did a really good job of that grind for Damascus. There were various different challenges that forced you to play the game in a different way. Now, some of these challenges were a little bit silly, like destroying ground kill streaks when there's only like 2 or really 1 ground kill streak that people actually use in game. But for the most part, for example, getting kills while crouching, getting kills while hip firing, long shots, things like that make you play the game a little bit different, make you build different classes around those challenges to complete them, and I really liked that grind. The grind for Obsidian is much more simple, and all it is just play as many games as possible, getting the most amount of kills as possible. There's no nuance to it. It doesn't make you play the game in a different way. All it does is want you to play the game more. And to me, that's more boring and much less rewarding than actually having to do something specific. If one of these challenges was get 50 kills in a game with one individual weapon, that's difficult. Only certain players are going to be able to complete that, and it's actually going to give me a challenge to actually do that given thing. This is just more of a matter of time. No matter what, no matter how good of a player you are, you can get Obsidian. It'll just take you a longer amount of time. And maybe that's what the developers are going for, but personally, that type of challenge to me is just a little bit more boring. But as I said at the beginning of the video, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts on the camo and the challenges? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Also, as always, if you enjoyed this video, if it helped you out, it is always appreciated if you do hit that like button. And if you like what you see here, want to stay up to date on all my videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn notifications on. I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're